Welcome back to the Cat's Corner. I know it's been a while, but first off, welcome Dane. I'm Casey Cam, of course. That's Novi. Head hockey coach Dane Bar-Uzini. It's been a while since you've been on here. How are you? You got me?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah. So first off, kind of recap what you guys have been up to since the last time you were on here.
So I think the last time we were on here was right around when we played Canton in Gabriel Richard, Ann Arbor, Gabriel Richard. Kind of went into the holiday break, like a UP trip. Had a really nice trip up there. Played Calumet really tough. Lost a 1 goal game there, and then 12 hours later, got the luxury of playing Houghton. Played a really good game. It was, I think, start to finish, our most physical, and highest compete game we played of the year. So came out with a lot of good things there. Also came back with some injuries and some sicknesses from that trip, which then kind of took us into last week where we got to play, Coach Rocky and the Howell Highlanders. For us, it's just been continue to move forward, getting 1% better every day. I think if you watch the show, you keep hearing that as a common theme. And we took a lot of positives out of that UP trip, and took that into a good week last week. That was a little bit shorter due to weather cancellations, but all in all, successful.
All right. Well, before we continue on with anything, of course, we got to thank today's sponsor, Engrave It All USA. Michelle and her team can engrave just about anything and in all different types of sizes. You can bring your items that you already have, or they can make something completely from scratch. Remember, if you can dream it, they can laze it. Products from tumblers to sweatshirts and t-shirts to hats to beanies and much, much more. And most orders complete just in about 3 days. Thank you to Engrave It All USA for sponsoring the Cat's Corner. The link is below in the description. So, yeah, I've gotten a lot better at that since the last time I did this. So, I've kind of
We're much more rhythm. I am sure Michelle and team also appreciate it. So,
yeah,
again, hey, you got 1% better.
absolutely. Yeah, I think that's like that's kind of what you need to do and all that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this should be fun. All right. So let's get to and only this is only for last week. Your 3 star, or actually, you know what, just span it to 2 weeks. The 3 stars of the past few weeks since you were last on here.
We're counting the UP trip. First stars are our driver Larry. He actually set the tone when we got on the bus. He made sure our guys knew it was a business trip. We were there to win. We were there to compete. Before every game, he gave the same talk. He was there cheering us on. We were always early. We were always ready. He set the tone. It was outstanding. Second star, I just think the Upper Peninsula, Houghton, Calumet, their communities are super welcoming before and after games, and of course during the games, they made sure that we knew we were on the road. Both outstanding spheres. Just loved it. And I just say, third star is just, the Novi Community School District, with all these weather kind of changes, everything else, doing their best to keep us on task, allowing us to practice. We had to cancel our game Friday against Caledonia. They couldn't make the trip over from the west side. But they've just been really good at, giving us advance notice, letting us communicate with our team, and also finding ways that we can still participate and compete, whether it's in practice or some sort of off ice.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so yeah, just kind of really go into this season so far. I know there's only just a few more games left, but what are you there's only I think about 7, 8 games left for you
Oh
guys.
no, we've got 12 games left.
Oh, that's
Uh,
right.
yeah, so we're kind of at that halfway mark. We came into the season. Our biggest focus was, to change the culture. We're going to change expectations. We're going to compete shift under shift, but we're also going to compete in the classroom in our community. And that's really become evident day after day. Having that chance to get a second crack at Howell, who, came to us our second game of the year and beat us 6-2 pretty soundly in our own barn. And then to play him again, in Howell, which is never an easy place to play. And, come out with a 3-1 loss. That's just constant improvement for us. So for the rest of the way, it's just continue to get better, find ways to win shifts, find ways to win periods, turn that into winning games, be that full 51-minute effort. That's our big focus. No different than practice. We got an hour and a half. It's to compete that whole time, and we're making good headway doing that each and every day.
Yeah. Okay. So, I know with the schedule and all that, I know with the schedule and all that, it's gonna be really interesting to see how this is all gonna play out. Of course, yesterday, Salem and Northville won in overtime 3-2 over the Mustangs. I know that game was postponed from last week. Okay, so this week, of course, you guys head to Plymouth to take on the Battle of the Wildcats. So there you go. And then, of course, on the 20th, you guys had to play a really, really good U of D Jesuit team. So a big week for you guys. And what's kind of the outlook for this week?
Yeah, first of all, we gotta hope that the weather forecast improves so we can play our games and our practices in it. As we're speaking, we're still waiting to hear about our availability to practice today. I know it's gonna be colder tomorrow, so we're really hoping that the Plymouth Can School District, Novi Community School Districts allow tomorrow for competitions. We really want to have that game. As it is, we're already making up one game later in February, so we want to try to manage that schedule as best as possible. But in both games, they have a very common theme. They're very well coached hockey teams that start from their goal line out. They play a 200-foot game. I've had the chance to see both of them kind of play a few times, know some of those players, familiar with those programs. So for us, the biggest thing is what it's been all year. Win the defensive zone, win the neutral zone, get pucks deep, and then find a way to score 2, 3, 4, and limit their chances. The other piece is it's U of D's coming off a tough loss last week to CC. I know that coaching staff, I know those players took that personally, and I think the rest of the year they're going to kind of try to use everybody else as an example of that. That's not who they are. So we get to make that fun drive out to Hazel Park, play them on a Saturday, which will be a hostile environment, and we just got to be prepared for one of the best teams in the state.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Cats Corner. Tune in next week where you'll find out what happened in these games. Plus, we'll preview next week's game against as the Bulldogs of Brighton take the trip to Novi Ice Arena, and then following that, the Gladwin Flying G's. Yes, no, not the football team that has its own show. Of course, you can catch the Flying G Huddle every fall. That might be, there's a new episode might be coming next month. So
there you go.
For that, myself and Gladwin coach Mark Carsford. So that's pretty cool. So, but the Gladwin hockey team will be coming to Novi on the 26th. So, thanks for coming on and have a great week.